Honest review on the Trakker Tempest 200, and what a bit of kit it is. I've just come back from Erection and I probably had one of the most comfortable times, being that this thing is literally a standing marquee. You can put your jacuzzi in the side of it, you can have your little rave tent to the left, you can get everything you possibly can in this bad boy. So I'm going to give you a nice review, go over it, just show you how quick you can get this set up as well, because that was the first thing that I've got to say about this is how quick it erects and gets up. Basically, it's just unbelievable. The material itself is great, the pegging points are great. Yeah, let's get into it. So before I start this video, guys, give us a thumbs up, make sure you comment down below, smash that subscribe button so we don't miss any videos going forward, and hopefully I can bring you a nice short little banger. So like I said, this is a true honest review of what I think of this bad boy. Keep saying bad boy because it is a bad boy. This is just a great bit of kit. Now, I've got to kick it off with the weight of it. It's not a light bivvy. That's the elephant in the room for me. It's not a light bivvy. But then what do you expect when you've got a two-man bivvy? It's a bit of a monster. I've already mentioned it's a bit of a marquee, but I think a nice marquee, and it looks right. It's a bivvy on steroids. That's the only way of putting it across. So weight of it initially when you're getting out, yes, it is quite heavy, but I'm going to go into like the zips now and the main bag. Now we'll kick it off with the oversized bag. Now I've got everything set up in, I've got the inner capsule, I've got everything set up in here, but it's got these sort of ginormous Nossa zips on it, which just make it that little bit easier. Heavy duty zips, oversized bag, just makes it that little bit easier to get out the bag. And obviously when you're packing away, just shove it in, and then obviously being that it's oversized, it just works, it's great. So yeah, let's get it out. So I don't think I've mentioned already, but this is the RS200. So they're newer version of the Tempest Bivvy. Now, like I said, the first thing I do is set that ground sheet up. Now it aids it really, because if you always put that RS, the little sexy logo, and it's in like a rubber, and it's obviously embroidered, I don't know if maybe that's the word to use, but it's actually in the ground sheet. So you know, if you've got that at the front of your bivvy, you know that's obviously the entrance where you come in. So if you always can get that set up first, you can then work the bivvy around, obviously, the setup. But again, first impressions of it, a very strong material. I'm on gravel at the moment and there's no signs of anything pulling through anytime soon. I'm standing on it with shoes on. It's a heavy duty material and it's top notch. So the ground sheet's out, like I've just mentioned, and that's what I love about the RS, because you can just get it all in the oversized bag. You've got the tension straps. I've got a lot going on here, guys. I've got the skull cap that makes it look that little bit better, and you sort of very similar scenario to the Frontier, and we've actually done a Frontier review as well, so head over to the channel and check that out, which is obviously the Fox version, but it's got these lovely magnetic, sexy, I mean that's naughty, I said this in the Erection video, I mean look at that, I've not seen that before, the magnets on the front. But obviously on the skull cap you've got the poles there that obviously aid it and go in the front to give it that sort of almost like flat peak, if you like. So that can go off to the side. I've got a couple of storm poles that you can put in the front door to give it that little bit more strength, if you like. When I was at Euro, again, had these in constantly the whole week. Probably won't put these in this time. I'm actually at Linear Fisheries at the moment, and it's a quick overnighter, but I wanted to bring the big boy down. One, so I had plenty of room, and obviously to do this review. So they can go off to the side. Then in front of me is the main tent itself. Now you've got these lovely knuckles, which when I was at the show, I was really brought in by it, which made me want one of these even more. So that was the Big One show, beginning of the year. I'll probably put a bit up on the screen now of the Big One show and the Parker Bait stand, and what a great time we all had. But obviously Trakker were there. And here is them knuckles. So again, in a second, I'll get the B-roll, put that up in the screen, and we'll go from there. So what I'll do is, I'm gonna get them all clicked in. I'll show you that in a second. But yeah, quite excited to get this set up really. I've already got rods out in front of me and there is the odd fish showing. So hopefully I can nick a couple, like I said, on this quick overnighter. You're not gonna see that, but back to the bivvy. Right, so next point of call, got all the bits out, pegs over to the left in a nice tidy little bag. But like I said, these knuckles, so basically what you do is you just pull them out, really simple and easy, and they click into play, like so. So I've carefully fanned out all the legs. Now you've got this convenient pole, which is a game changer. That comes down, pull that over, pull that little link up, and basically you are 90% there already, and that's taken me seconds. Now I wasn't going to put the storm poles in, but I am going to, because I don't really want to peg the front out, and if I'm honest with you, the ground is not ideal. So you've got these convener, I'll take it off so you can see it like this convener, but obviously that goes in and you can lock it off the top. But to save any aggro, you can put that on first, carefully lock that in, like so. I'm going to go back over here now, just put the pole in with the Velcro. Job's a good one. Come back up now, head goes in, then lock it off at the top, and then I can obviously pull that down to suit needs, and then I just repeat that on the other side. But now I'm just going to shove that down in the hole itself, and then obviously loosen that off, loosen the bar off, pull it up like so, pop it back in the head, zip the top up or lock the top off, and again suit down to preference. Probably the quickest erection I've ever got, and that's went up really, really, really smooth. But going back onto the skull cap, so I've just anchored it down. Now take this with a pinch of salt, guys. The ground that I'm on isn't the best. I'm in quite a small peg for the size of the Bivvy, but I just wanted to show you this and, like I said, give an honest review. That's exactly what I'm doing. So I've put them storm poles in. I haven't completely pinned out all the front because, like I said, I'm here for very minimal time. But what you do now is I'm going to get the two ends, obviously it's convenient, and then come over the top. These then plug in like so, all the way across. 2 and then 3. So next up for me is these bad boys. You just post it through the loop, pull she tight, clip her over, move around to the next one. I sort of work my way around and try and do it evenly. So now I'm going to go back over this side, come with me, carefully pulling it down so I don't damage the top. Again, through that little hole, pull it down tight, snap it back. That's me done. Obviously, like I said, I haven't put that tension strap underneath it, so it's actually sitting a bit bigger and longer. I just prefer it like that, but again, down to personal preference. Stevie boy, if you come over, have a look inside. I'm going to run my Bivvy. It's just me tonight in here. Like I said, I've got an excessive amount of room in here. I'm just going to run the bed chair across the back. I've got that inner capsule as well, which is fully breathable. I think a couple of key points to mention. I can obviously zip the front off if I wanted to. You can zip it all the way down and just have it open if that's how you want to run. Being that obviously you've got the peak coming over now, it does actually protect it and stop the rain coming in. And again, running it with no tension strapping actually makes the front of the Bivvy sit that little bit lower to again stop that rain coming directly in, which is something I've done in the past and I'm sure I'll do in the future. What I am going to do is I'm going to go around to the sides now and show you the ventilation, or sort of the vents on the side that you can unzip and have the air travelling through if it gets really hot. Come check this out. So not only have you got 1, 2, 3, but you've got 4 vents, if you like. Now, you're probably thinking, yeah, if you open them up though, Ben, all the mozzies are going to come in. The answer is they're definitely not, because you've got this lovely material right here. Now what you can do is, obviously you can just roll that up and then use the toggles underneath here. Pull the toggle round on top and obviously just lock these into play. Again, just to show you for demonstration purposes, that's staying up on there. There's another one that side. Again, a great way of letting a little bit more air travel through your Bivvy, particularly places when you're overseas, France, Croatia, Euroaqua, somewhere that is dearly close to my heart. And it's hot over there, particularly in June. It's 30 plus, and this was a game changer. Have this on in the day, the wind travelling through just kept it that little bit cooler in there. So the pegs are included, the skull cap's not included. This is something extra I've actually got from Trakker, and the inner dome was not included. Again, something extra I've got. But that's what I love about it. It's sort of I think Trakker cater for your budget. You can add on or take away bits to basically make it friendly to your needs, if you like, when it comes to how much you want to spend. But you could just run the straight up Bivvy if you want, and it's great in its own right for sure. Not even with the skull cap or the inner capsule, you could still run it and still enjoy the Bivvy for what it is, for sure. Strong, quick to erect, and like I said, spacious is probably an understatement. So if you're anything like me, you're constantly redoing them rods, putting them up against the Bivvy, and with them sort of magnet snaps on the top, you put your rod in, flick it over, job's a good one. So making a point about, obviously I said if you don't want to get the skull cap, or that doesn't meet budget your end, you can get you can still run the bivvy because it's got them snaps inside as well, and that's actually on both sides, just on the bivvy itself. So like I mentioned, don't have the skull cap, you can still put your rods up against the bivvy with ease with that magnet. So there it is, a very quick, honest review from Parker Baits, the Trakker Tempest RS200, and what a serious bit of kit it is. Perfect for if you're fishing with your partner, which is what I've used it for if I'm going out and obviously fishing with Emma, or fishing with mates, or doubling up in a peg. Perfect, perfect, perfect for that. Obviously on this occasion, I'm down on my own. I have mentioned that. I've set it up to do the review, to show you that honest review that we always do at the Parker Baits YouTube channel. So hopefully you've liked that, and hopefully it's given you a little bit more of a taste in your mouth of what Trakker have to offer when it comes to their Tempest bivvies. But yeah, Trakker, massive shout out to you. You've absolutely knocked the ball out of the park with this one. Quick to erect, like I've mentioned, strong, and just an overall very, very good bivvy. So hopefully you've liked this video, guys. If you have, give us a thumbs up. Make sure you comment down below. Smash that subscribe button so you don't miss any videos going forward. I've just had a beep on the left-hand rod. And I'll see you all very soon. Peace out. Yes!